طيب خلينا بس الجزء بقى نبدأ في الجزء بتاع البروبابيلتي بتاعتنا دي. كل اللي احنا محتاجين نتعلمه في الأول إن في اكسبيرمنت بتتم وعايزين نعرف هو ايه الجزء بتاع السامبل سبيس. الجزء بتاع البروبابيلتي جنرال انا عندي فيه جزء ان في اكسبيرمنت بتتم زي ما كلنا اتفقنا على الكلام ده. هي تجربه حصلت، اي حد فينا ممكن يعمل تجربه. لو انا عارف التجربه هتطلع ايه بالظبط يبقى في لازمه اللي احنا بندرسه ده. امال ايه لازمه اللي بندرسه؟ ان في احتمال ان يطلع كذا. اول ما قلت الكلمه دي بقى ايه؟ خلاص في احتمالات، في probability، الكلام ما هوش ثابت. طب تعرف عربي بس الاول؟ اللي جنبيك، اللي جنبك لا عربي ولا مش عربي؟ انجلش صح؟ جاست انجلش يس. فيها مشكلة لما نتكلم انجلش عشان هو يفهم؟ نقطة عشان برضو الناس ما تكسبش. الميد ترم فاينل، الأسئلة اللي هي فيها بالانجلش حاجات ممكن تكون مش واضحة قوي، كلمات مش كبيرة، السؤال مترجم عربي. فالسؤال موجود بالانجلش عادي، والمسألة اللي هي موجودة بالانجلش فيها كلام رغي كتير موجودة بالعربي، يعني ترجمتها موجودة. فما فيش قصة ان هو يبقى في حد متميز عن حد بس عشان هو احسن منه في الانجلش بس، فقط لا غير يعني. الجزء البروبابيلتي اللي عندنا starting بتاع التوبكس اللي موجودين. The first thing I'm speaking about experiments. If we have any experiment and this experiment has some outcomes and this outcomes we call this random outcomes. Random outcomes دي اللي هي بالنسبة لنا اسمها results بتاعت الاكسبيرمنت دي. A very simple example, if we have some dice, just we toss this dice, نرمي الزهرة، ايه اللي هيحصل؟ We can expect number from where to where? 1 to 6. So we will I'll expect numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which number exactly will appear? Can we know? It's one number of this set. So the set of all outputs بالنسبة لنا هي we call this is the sample space. This is set of all outcomes. Just to put this into context in mathematics, we just make up like some kind of function. We call this function, it's a probability. And it has this symbol P. So this is some function. And this function, it's called probability function. To see what? If something will happen, if we are certain about something, and instead of making this just in words, we can express this certainty just by number. B will be equal to 1, which means I'm 100% sure that this one will come. Whatever value, this one will come. أنا متأكد بنسبة 100% إن ده هيحصل. فالفانكشن دي بتاخد 1 في الكيس دي. If something impossible, we can describe this function P to be 0. So this means it's 0% to happen. So this will never happen. ده عمره ما يحصل. What happened or what won't happen, this is what we called the other expression event. What I mean by event حدث ده بالعربي. What I mean by event with respect to these numbers, for example, any subset of the sample space. اي مجموعه من من النتائج اللي هتطلع لك هسميهم مع بعض اسمهم ايه؟ الحدث او الايفنت بتاعه. Just to summarize right now, so I will have some probability function. Probability of what? It's a variable, it's the event. And the probability of any event, it will be less than or equal 1, only equal 1 if this is something certain. And it will be also a positive function, which means it will be always greater than or equal 0. And just equal 0 at very specific case, if this event is impossible to happen. Clear? Any questions on this ones? حد عنده أي حاجة مش واضحة في ده؟ If we have like some dice and we tossing this dice, what's the probability of having the outcome is number 3? It's very simple. Just was like very simple thinking here. The probability of this one, this is how many events or how many sets of the sample space will happen to get this 3. Just one. This is represent just one number. So this number of outcomes here this is the number of outcomes of this event. It's only one number. هو عبارة عن رقم واحد. Divided over what? Divided by all the numbers number of all elements in the sample space. What's the number of the elements in the sample space? 6, from 1 to 6, so it's 6 numbers. So the probability right now, I can represent this as what? 1 over 6. If I need to get probability of having 2, it will be 1 over 6. What happens if I'm just searching about number to have a prime number? What's the probability of having a prime number from this set of numbers? What are the prime numbers? One is not prime number. 2 is a prime number. Not even and odd. Prime number الأرقام الأولية. 2 prime number, 3 prime number, 5 prime number. So we have prime numbers here, the set of 2, 3, 5. So the relation between these numbers and the whole sample space, they are just 3 numbers out of 6. So the probability is what? Is half. What I mean by this 1 over 6 or this 1 over 2, this half or this 1 over 6, what I mean by these numbers. If I'm just throwing this dice infinite times, many times, I will expect to have this number 3 1/6 of all times. Also, if I'm just throwing this one forever, the probability, not the probability, how many times I will get this prime number on my dice here, it will be half of all the times. And this also makes some kind of confusion. If I'm just throwing the dice 4 times, should I expect to have half of them to be prime number? The probability here, the definition, if we are just throwing this many times, to just make this sample space very large, and then the probability here will make sense. I'm just doing this experiment once. It's 50% it could happen and 50% couldn't happen. But if I need to count this 50%, I need to do the experiment how many times? Theoretically infinite, to be very large numbers. Then you can count this number of time to be half of the whole times. يبقى أنا محتاج إن أنا أعمل التجربة دي عدد كبير جدا علشان أعرف ألاحظ إن هو هيطلع لي النص، إنما مش معنى إن هو هيطلع لي النص إن أنا لو رميت دلوقتي مرتين هيطلع واحدة منهم كده. فاهمين الفرق؟ فالاحتمال ده بيعبر لي إن أنا حاجة ممكن أعدها، بس لو لا بعدهم دول قد إيه؟ عددهم ضخم جدا. التجربة اتكررت عدد كبير جدا اللي هو تاني بالنظرية إن هو يوصل لإنفينيتي. أي سؤال في الكلام ده؟ If we can claim that any set of these outcomes will be an event, so there is some operation between the sets. Just return back to the statistics and the probability. Something from like back, if we have two different sets, this is what we call Venn diagram. If we have this set, I call this A and this is B. We have to figure out like the operation of these sets. The operation of what? If we have two different set of numbers, so we can have some intersection between them. This is the first. We can have the union between the two sets. We can have the difference between the two sets. And we have some other operation which we can call it the complement. So the first one, this one is the intersection. So this A and B, can call this A and B. Why and here? If both are intersected together, it means the numbers here will represent A and B. This one, A union B in the sets, we can transfer this into probability to be A or B. ده أو ده. Where is here A or B? It could be this region. It could be this region. And also could be this intersection. Where is the region A? This one. This is the difference. So this is A. And we say it A not B, which is the difference operation, which in the previous like regular mathematics is the subtraction. So this is A. And this is B here. Where is this region? Which A but not B? This is A, but excluding the part that has this intersection with B. So that's what we called, this is A, not B. So this one here, we put it here in this side. This is A and this is B. The intersection is this one. The union for sure will be the whole region. Where is the complement? A and have this superscript C, it's a complement, which means anything but not A. So if I have this region and there is another space including all these spaces, what I mean by A complement, it all the space but excludes this A. So this one will be this way. If I have something like this, and this is A and this is B, so anything but not A. الكلام ده واضح؟ Clear? Any questions these ones? Just return back from the sets operation. If we have this sets into one of these probability function, how can I calculate this probability? All in terms of the probability of A alone and B alone. I just have some of these events like these ones. I have the probability of 3 equal some number, the probability of prime number equal another number. Assuming this event is A, this event is B. How can I calculate the probability of A union B, A intersection B, A difference B, A complement from this operation of the sets? It's very easy, and also we can think about it in also a simple way. This one A union B, it means again this one happen or this happened. So I need A union A or B, so it's this region or this region. This is included how many times? 2 times. So when I am saying A union B, it could be probability of A. So A could happen, or B could happen. In the probabilities as functions, this will be translated as plus. So if I'm asking about this happen or this happen, this is in the sets. لو بتكلم عن المجموعات. In the probability في الاحتمالات, this could happen, فهو ده احتمال الأولاني. أو or the other one happen, so it's plus the other one. So this or will be translated always into plus. If we just stopped here, we assuming there is no intersection. Why? If there is intersection between them, so what should happen? We included all A and again included all B. So this intersection added twice, so you have to subtract one of them. What about A difference B? this is A and this is B. A difference B is this part, right? ده الجزء اللي في A بس مش في B. How can we calculate this probability? probability of A بدأ احتمال A minus الجزء ده. This one is what? Intersection. So this is A intersected B. A and B. Is there any difference between this expression and this expression? Oh, sorry. Let's see. What does this mean? A intersected with what? B complement. The intersection of A with everything outside B. Where is this intersection? This part only, not this one. So this expression, the difference, can be written this way and also written in this way. So this again, this means A, but not mean B. So these are equivalent. What about the A complement? Where is A complement here again? Anything rather than A. What's this anything? Not infinity. It's the whole elements in the sample space. كل sample space. ايه احتمال ان كل sample space يحصل؟ 100% اللي هي 1. So this will be 1. But I should exclude what? The A itself. So this is the probability of A. If I need to express probability of B complement, it's anything or everything which is 1 minus just the probability of B. And this will drive us for a nice rule. If we have probability of anything complement, it will be what? 1 minus the probability of this thing. Here we come to this one. All the terms include probability of A intersection B. This here and this here. So if you need to calculate this B or B, you need B intersection. If you need to calculate the difference, you need the intersection. And then the question, how can we calculate the intersection? It's some cases. Sometimes there is no intersection from the beginning. If there is no intersection, we call this disjoint. What I mean by disjoint, this is one word and the other word, it's mutually exclusive. What I mean by disjoint, yes. The probability of A minus the probability of B. هي دي الرسمة بتاعتهم صح؟ أنا عايز أجيب أنهي جزء؟ حلو. هي دي ال A كلها. خلي بالك. أنت عايز تشيل A من ال A. الحته الكومن ما بينها وما بين البي ولا شيل البي كلها؟ ما هو الكومن ده اللي هو مين؟ الانترسكشن مش البي كلها صح؟ نرجع تاني. Disjoint events or mutually exclusive event, it means A intersection B in the set diagram equal to phi. There is no intersection. So they are disjoint. There is no joint between them. If there is no joint between them, so in Venn diagram it's something like this. This is A and this is B. What's the probability of A happen? Intersection here, this intersection will be translated into AND. What's the probability of A happens? And A happens as well. هيبقى احتمال كام؟ 0. It's impossible to happen together. So this probability right now, A intersection B in this case will be 0. ده زي ايه بالظبط؟ ايه احتمال انكم قاعدين حد فيكم؟ ايه احتمال ان حد دلوقتي قاعد بيحضر المحاضرة بتاعت الاحصاء دلوقتي وفي نفس الوقت بيحضر محاضرة structure؟ 0. عمرهم ما يحصلوا مع بعض. لا اما ده بيحصل لا اما ده بيحصل. So the probability of any disjoint event, the probability of the ending between them or the intersection, it's always 0. What happens if they are independent? What I mean by independent? مندوب الدفعة مندوب الجروب الأولاني اسمه إيه؟ زي ما هو؟ أحمد مين؟ ده اتغير برضه. ماشي. إيه احتمال دلوقتي؟ أحمد مش قاعد هنا صح؟ الحمد لله. ايه احتمال ان فؤاد دلوقتي يحضر البروبابيلتي دلوقتي واحتمال ان احمد قاعد بيعمل اي حاجه في الجامعه؟ مش معتمدين على بعض. يعني ايه مش معتمدين على بعض؟ يعني انا لو عايز اجيب البروبابيلتي of two independent events, one of our friends, just I'm asking about the intersection events. If this event happen, any one of our friends Fuad right now sits here right now, and one of other friends and from the other group is attending any other lecture. What's the probability of the intersection or having both events happening together? It's the probability of the first one happen just multiplied by the other one. الرول الرئيسي كله في القصه ايه؟ عشان تبقى سهله. لو في حاجه بتحصل لها اورنج فالاور ده بيترجم ايه في البروبابيلتيز؟ probability بتزيد ولا بتقل؟ بقول this event or this event. فلو دي كانت الاحتمال بتاعها ربع وده ربع فالاحتمال التوتال بقى كام دلوقتي؟ بقى نص. طب لو انا بضيق الخناقه عليا ان احتمال ان ده يحضر هنا وده يكون بيحضر هناك، فده لازم بيكون بيحضر هنا، احتمال ان هو بيحضر هنا لو هو ربع، في احتمال ان التاني بيحضر هناك، اللي هي بقت كيسز كتيره ولا كيسز قليله. بقيت بصغر السامبل سبيس اكتر، بصغره يعني الاثنين لما يتضربوا في بعض both numbers are numbers less than 1, so the fraction will be less. So the intersection always will be less than A and less than B. It's just one of them. So if you have A and B, the probability of A intersection B, it should be less than A and less than B. So here, if this intersection, two independent events غير معتمدين على بعض، مستقلين يعني عن بعض، هيبقى the probability of the first one times the probability of the second one. And hence, here we stopped if we have dependent events. Dependence, this is another story for the lecture. Any questions these ones? Just returning back to this example here. just to apply these rules. If I need to calculate the probability of having number 2 from the dice, 2 or a prime number, what's the probability of having a prime number alone? Prime number 3/6, which is this one. Having number 2 alone, how much? So if I need to get the probability of having a number 2 or a prime number, it should be the probability of having 2 plus probability of having a prime number minus if there is some intersection between 2 and the prime number. All the numbers are here. The first one, probability of 2 is 1/6. This probability is 3/6 minus having 2 and the prime number as well. What's the value of this one? Is they disjoint? Are they disjoint? 2 is a prime number. Are they independent? ايه اللي هي قول فكر انا عايز ما بالظبط في intersection You have question? انا مش بتكلم على الفاليو، انا بتكلم احسبها ازاي. هما ديبندنت ولا اندبندنت؟ ديبندنت عشان 2 برايم اصلا، صح؟ فالكيس بتاعتنا دي لسه هنتكلم عنها بعدين. طب من الفان دايجرام نعرف نجيبهم؟ the probability of having 2 and a prime number. What's this probability? How many numbers satisfy this condition? كم رقم بيحقق الشرط ده؟ هو رقم واحد اللي هو الاثنين. فده بالظبط كده ده ايكوال البروبابيلتي بتاعت الاثنين عشان الاثنين اصلا اوريدي برايم نمبر. فده هتعمل ماينس كام؟ يطلع الكلام ده اللي هو 3/6. What's the probability of having odd number and a prime number? كم نمبر بيحاول الكلام ده؟ odd وبرايم. هي مين الاود نمبرز؟ 1 وال3 وال5 صح؟ 1 3 5 ومين البرايم اللي فيهم؟ 3 و5. فيبقى البروبابيلتي دي كانها بالظبط البروبابيلتي اللي هي 3 و5. How many numbers من الست كلها؟ What's the probability of having any number rather than 2؟ ان يطلع لك اي رقم تاني مش 2. It's 1 minus البروبابيلتي بتاعت الاثنين اللي هي كام يعني في الاخر؟ 5/6. The probability of 2 is 1/6.